right, looks like we're live. Hello everyone. So Karen Dubs here, flexiblewarrior.com. I wanted to hop on today and go over a little bit about the upcoming fall 21-day warrior reset. So we are going to talk a little bit about what's going to be included in that reset challenge. And actually, I don't even really love to use the word challenge right now. I know that's kind of a popular word, but I feel like we're challenged enough. And so it's a reset opportunity. It's really a self-care opportunity. I'm going to talk a little bit more about what that means. Shifting our mindset from restriction, and that this is a diet. You know, I'm all about live it, not diet. And how can we really refuel our bodies, minds, and spirits with the practices that we do? And over that 21-day opportunity, we'll really have lots of chances to fuel our minds, bodies, and spirits with good, healthy food. We're going to be practicing yoga cross training, which I'll explain to you a little bit. We're basically going to be adding in some weights. Yeah, along with our yoga. So you'll get both strength with flexibility. And if you're like me and you're in the fit over 50 category, and we are losing strength and flexibility and balance and muscle mass and all those things which affect our metabolism as well, then we really want to incorporate the weights into our training. But the beauty of this is that when you combine yoga with weights, you're getting the flexibility and the balance work and the weight training and all of the good things. It's time efficient, it's very effective, and it's really, honestly, it's my favorite way to work out. And people ask me all the time, like, what are you doing strength-wise to maintain your strength, you know, so that you can have like some muscle tone and that sort of thing as the years progress. And sorry, my text messages are going crazy all of a sudden. My high school girlfriends, hello girls, which a few of them, by the way, are joining me, as well as some of my college friends, one of which was one of my bridesmaids. So it's so nice to have people joining from all over the country, all over the world really, and but people from different parts of our lives. And so if you have some friends that want to join you, that will really help with the accountability factor too, and to make it fun, because this really needs to be fun. Again, live it, right? Live it, not a diet. It's not a short-term thing, although during that 7 days, 12 days, 14 days, 21 days, whatever you can commit to, if you can do the full 21 days, you will see significant changes in that time. And it's really just a launching pad then to get us from where we are, if we're feeling kind of stuck, overwhelmed, stressed, anxious, maybe gaining a little weight around the midsection if any of you are going through hormonal changes, as I am. Now that I'm 53, I see and feel it. You know, everyone always warned me like this was going to come, and here it is. So how can we maintain a positive mindset through the changes of life? We'll really then transition from what I call yoga off the mat. So that's something that we're really going to be working on the most on week 4 of the reset. It's a bonus week. So you have 21 days of the yoga, superfoods, and self-care. But then on the 4th week, we're really going to be doing yoga off the mat. And basically what that means is carrying that strength and that flexibility and that balance off of your mat and into your life, but also doing things like detoxing your makeup bag, cleaning out a closet, donating stuff, and letting go of old stuff to give us space and clarity and that sort of thing. So that's a wonderful thing that I've been doing for quite a long time. I'm a minimalist, very simplistic and minimalist by nature. And so I noticed that more and more people were really craving that too. And so I've been incorporating that into my self-care challenges for probably like the last 8 years or so. And people love it. So I'll give you more information about that, but I just kind of wanted to give you the down low of what to expect and encourage you to put yourself at the top of the list. This fall season is a time where kids are going back to school, and whether you're college kids and you know you're an empty nester now, and you can then look yourself in the mirror and be like, how can I put myself back at the top of my list? Or if you're still juggling your kids, and most of the people that I work with were athletes, as I was a high school athlete, some of you were college athletes, you have that warrior spirit deep in every cell of your body, but as you're juggling kids and their sports schedules and their school schedules and all that stuff, it makes it really kind of hectic to take care of yourself, right? And to do the things the way that you used to do them. So this is going to be an opportunity for you to put yourself first and to fuel your life force energy and your warrior spirit on a very deep level. So that's really what I'm going to be encouraging you to do. So a few things that you're going to get when you join the challenge is recipes, superfood-based recipes. They're not all plant-based, but I do encourage lots of fruits and vegetables because that's what really fuels the good gut health, which boosts our immune system and is important for all of our cellular function and health. And so we'll go into more detail about that during the reset, but you'll get recipes that are going to be kind of seasonal fall recipes. And by the way, we're going to kick off, so I want you to mark your calendar now, for the autumn equinox yoga class is going to be a eat, move, and think like a warrior class. And so that's really what it's all about. It's not just like, we can work out, we can do yoga every single day, but if we're not eating well, if we're not sleeping right, if we're not carrying that positive mindset and surrounding ourselves with people that help lift us up and create that positive ripple effect that we're craving so deeply, then it becomes harder and harder. So this group is really about positive energy and being part of that positive ripple effect. So you look at those superfood-based recipes. We are going to talk about gut health and how that affects really everything from your brain health to, again, like I was saying, your immune system, your cellular health. So the gut health is key, and lots of vegetables, lots of clean eating, less sugar, less stress, more superfoods, more self-care. It is a live it, not a diet, like I've said, and it's really about not thinking about restricting ourselves, but actually flipping that on its head and focusing more about how can I best fuel myself to increase my energy, glowing skin, maybe a flatter stomach, whatever it is that your intentions or goals are. And we're going to work on your personal goals and intentions throughout the challenge and reset throughout, because we're all so different. One of the things that I've noticed that people really, really love to work on is healthy boundaries. Because at this point in our lives, we are juggling it all, right? We've got the aging parents, we got the kids, we've got full-time work, or maybe you're like me and you're a business owner. Maybe you're also struggling with an injury or, aches and pains. I have an autoimmune disease. That's one of my struggles. However, as you've probably heard me say multiple times, that obstacle has truly become an opportunity for me, and that is absolutely the reason I'm right here right now. So everything I learned healing from an autoimmune disease, which by the way is a healing journey for life, you're never really done with it, but everything I learned about taking care of myself, and rather than being a victim, I had to pause for a second and really kind of contemplate it. There was a time when I really thought of that autoimmune disease as, why me? This is not fair. But then when I learned how to take it and embrace it and use it as an opportunity to take better care of myself, and now how I get to help other people do the same, I have seen that autoimmune disease is really clearly an opportunity. And even though it is not fun all the time and it flares its ugly head on occasion when I don't practice my self-care, it has really been a learning opportunity for me, and I'm very, very happy to be able to have the opportunity to share that with you as well, to hopefully shortcut your healing process if you're struggling with an autoimmune disease. But know this, even if you're not, the anti-inflammatory superfoods that we're going to be using, the yoga cross training, the self-care, the mindfulness, the breathing techniques, all of these things are very healing. And no matter what it is that you're dealing with, and even if, like I said, your goal is to lose some weight and to boost your energy, guess what? This is the magic. This is definitely the magic. It's helped me in so many ways that I definitely am healthier and more resilient now at 53 as I film this and a half, to when I was in my late 20s and first diagnosed with both Lyme disease and autoimmune disease the same year. Definitely a struggle time for me. I was absolutely on the struggle bus at that point in my life, and it was a good 10, 15 years of living on sugar and diet soda and painkillers and antibiotics. Like, that's what I did for a very long time because I just didn't know better. And I continued to get worse and worse and worse through those years. And then when I had the aha moment of, oh, I can actually heal my body through the switching up how I'm exercising and switching up how I'm eating and focusing more on quality sleep and nutrient-dense foods and all of these things. And within just a few weeks to a few months, it went from really being, I gotta say, I was like depressed and frustrated and overwhelmed, to, wow, I feel really good. This is amazing. And then becoming a health coach myself. And then, like I said, being able to share this with all of you guys. So, but know this, bioindividuality is a big word that basically means we are all different and unique. So I'm going to share with you what really works for me, what I'm going to continue to encourage you all to do throughout the 21 days is be aware and mindful that even though more fruits and vegetables, better sleep, hydration, yoga and fitness and exercise and fresh air and all of those things work for everyone on some level. There's specific things that I do, like for example, I avoid gluten and I don't drink alcohol. Those are two things that work for me as an autoimmune warrior. But that might not be the case for you. You might do just fine on gluten. You might be just absolutely fine with some alcohol. So it's going to be your job to figure out what works for you. Okay? So with that in mind, what else do I have for you? Okay, so you're going to have the Chill Power Challenge self-care tracker as well. So this is going to be the way that you're going to track your 21 days that you are working on your mindfulness, your journaling, your reflection, your intentions, your yoga, your cardio exercise. All of the things are all listed in here. Again, it's going to be each and every one of you are going to have slightly different goals and intentions, but you are going to write them down on this sheet. My intention is, and my top 3 goals are, because guess what? The only way to get from where you are to where you want to be is to mindfully set intentions and then do massive action each and every day. And if you do that for 21 days together, then you're really going to take a huge leap forward. And that's the accountability factor that we're going to work on, all of that together. So what else do I want to share? Oh, you're going to get the Flexible Warrior Basic Principles as well. And so this is really, in a nutshell, some of the things, the most key things, the morning ritual, the evening ritual, the intention of having that willpower. This is the Flexible Warrior mantra, by the way. Willpower, do hard things, challenge yourself, get out of your comfort zone, balanced with chill power, restore your mind, body, and spirit, practice self-care, good quality sleep at night, make that a priority. So it's really got to be the balance of both, because a lot of people, and this warrior mindset, I know you're probably a type A warrior like I am, okay? And so that has gotten me in trouble in many times of my life. Even though I love willpower and I love doing hard things, if it's not balanced out with the chill power, for me, that's when the wheels came off, and that's when I got myself sicker and in more trouble. So that's why I'm really making the chill power factor and the self-care such an important part of this 21-day reset. So you're going to get this Flexible Warrior Basic Principles with willpower, chill power, the bio-individuality, eat food, not much, mostly plants, like why we're focusing on plant-based foods, but animal protein, absolutely. Just eat real food is sort of the whole back side of this. So less processed foods, but very simple recipes to incorporate. And it's not a specific diet. Again, it's a live it where you get to think about your food as fuel. That's really the goal, okay? And then in addition to that, you're gonna get the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. These are foods that you can incorporate that are less toxic because we are in the toxic world. And then again, we're gonna be focusing on that week 4 of taking all those principles into your life and then detoxing maybe a closet, maybe your whole basement, maybe your makeup bag, that sort of thing. And we'll get into that a little bit more as we get closer to it. And then one last thing that you're gonna get is this Healthy Life Challenge. And this is a really basic stuff too, because I really think that less is more. The one thing I don't wanna do is overwhelm you. I don't want you to feel like, oh, this is too complicated, this is not sustainable, this is stressing me out more. Okay, we have enough things in our lives right now that are stressing us out, that we don't need more to stress us out. And so I really want to keep it very individual and very simple. And if you think about the 70-30 rule, I love this one. So 70% of the time, or 60 to 70% of the time, you're gonna eat healthy. You're gonna be really aware that I'm gonna, have my superfood salad at lunch with a really clean, healthy, maybe even homemade dressing, right? So, or I'm gonna have my smoothie at breakfast, or I'm gonna make sure that my dinner is really mindfully prepared. And I'm gonna give you so many tips as we go, but then know this, 25 or 30% of the time, you're gonna be eating something that's maybe not super duper healthy. It's not necessarily a superfood, okay? Maybe you're gonna have a beer, or you're gonna have a glass of wine, or you're gonna have a piece of cake at your child's birthday party, whatever it is. And that is absolutely okay, okay? So you're gonna do the best you can, you're gonna make it work for you, but you're also gonna have that flexibility as power mindset. So when you go with the flow and you think of flexibility not only as your physical body, but also how you're gonna approach this reset, then that way, if anything does get you off track, so to speak, it's not gonna send you into a downward spiral. In fact, this whole 21 days is gonna send you on the upward spiral so we can reset for this fall season and really head into the holiday season. And then once we get to January, we're not in the hole, right? So that's the whole goal behind it too. And of course, keeping our immune system working well as well is ideal. So before I head out, I just wanted to give you like a quick kind of heads up of what's going on. A few things that you're gonna need, and then a quote from my book. So a few things that you're gonna need is you are gonna need some weights, some handheld weights. These are 8-pounders. This is what I'm gonna use for most of the workouts. There's gonna be 2 live workouts a week, Sunday for Self-Care Sunday, and then Thursday evenings. Those are gonna be your 2 live ones, and then you're gonna have 1 pre-recorded. So 3 yoga workouts a week, all of which are gonna be incorporating some strength, right, with some flexibility. So you're gonna need handheld weights. These are 8-pounders. You could do 5, you could do 7, you could do 10, you could do 12. Make it work for you, but 8 pounds is kind of nice for the majority of people. If you can grab 2 yoga blocks as well, those are gonna come in really handy for lots of different things. And then the last thing is a yoga ball. Now, I do have tons of these at my house, probably like 15 of them. And I used to teach a lot of classes here, and I really don't anymore. So I'm happy to share these with you guys. If you're local to this area, reach out to me, and I'm happy to share a ball with you. But they're also available on Amazon, and I will put an Amazon list together for you all so that you can grab one. But these are very inexpensive things that you will be able to use at home during the challenge and after the challenge, so you can maintain your strength with your flexibility, okay? Also, the one last thing is a foam roller. Hopefully you guys already have one of these, but there are gonna be some opportunities to incorporate the foam roller as well, because a little self-massage at home for our self-care Sundays or our restorative practice on our Thursdays is gonna be a wonderful thing to do. So grab a foam roller too, dust it off. As I always say, it's not enough to just have your foam roller. You actually have to use it. And then let's finish out with a quote. So this kind of fell out of my book earlier today, and I pulled it out, and it had been years since I read this, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I knew I was going to be hopping on live today, and I just wanted to share this with you guys. So this is called The Hunger of the Candle for the Flame I don't know where I got it, I'm being honest. I don't know where I got it, but I do love it. So here it is. The hunger of the candle to the flame. I'm just going to tilt it up because I also wanted to remind you, this is why you want to do this reset right now. It's never going to be perfect timing. You can't postpone it. The time is now, right? So don't postpone joy. Don't postpone your self-care. Like, make it a priority. So here we go. Hunger of the candle for the flame. You are a column of wax. Your purpose began as a spark, a flicker, easily ignored, but you didn't ignore it. You turned to face it, and your head caught on fire. Don't be afraid your life will end. Be afraid it will never begin. In other words, be afraid you will never catch fire. Lethargy, apathy, malaise, aimlessness, depression. These are 5 different words for the absence of the fire, the absence of the flame. But what is it that burns in your soul and shines through your eyes? So this is really something that's like, what is your intention? What is your why? What burns deep in you? And if you are like me and you're in your 50s or you're in your 40s or maybe you're in your 60s, but you get what I'm talking about. At a certain point in our lives, we kind of forget sometimes who we were as young people and what lit us on fire. But this is an opportunity to relight that fire and relight that warrior spirit. Did you know that humans would rather, this really hits me hard, did you know that humans would rather be angry than be bored? Anger is an ugly flame, but it feels better than no flame at all. This is why people have no creative vision. With people who have no, I really actually need glasses to read this, if I'm being honest. This is why people who have no creative vision spend so much time being angry. Anger gives them purpose. Try not to walk into their shadow. Time is the fire, the animator in all of us. You step into it at birth. You step out of it at death and grow cold. A column of wax, no more. The candle is spent. What did your candle light? I don't know. Again, I wish I know where I got this. I think I might be able to figure it out if anybody's interested. A book that I read a long time ago, but this is just a printout that I printed. But anyway, isn't that beautiful? So what I want you to think about, and at the beginning on our autumn equinox class, we're gonna light a fire. We're gonna light a candle, and we're gonna also light that fire back within us, because it is time for us to put our self-care at the top of our list, to reignite our fire, and to head into the second part of our lives here, depending again on your age. But here for me, in my 50s, I acknowledge, and I've read this before, that doing more that brings me joy, like I was a little girl again. I love to dance. I love to do pottery. I love to make mosaics and art. I love to be in nature. I love to be around other people, women in particular, that are like-minded and make me feel just so in connection. And and more, and that's what I'm doing. So you have to set those healthy boundaries. Sometimes you have to let go of old relationships, old foods, old habits, just negative energy that's not serving us anymore, in order to move forward into this part of our lives where we can really step into who we are, okay? So that we don't look back with regret. All right, so that was a quick brain dump. We'll read one more quote, and I'll just see, actually, I have so many quotes from my book, but I really wanted to read, and I'm glad I just opened to this page, a quote about self-care, because really at the end of the day, that's what this whole 21-day reset is about. Again, if you are juggling aging parents, kids, and their sports schedules or their college schedules, maybe you're married, maybe you're not, maybe you're divorced, you're working a full-time job, you're doing all the things, like how do I fit me in? Where do I fit into all this? And a lot of us are what I would call aging athletes. That doesn't sound like so appealing, but a lot of us were athletes at a younger age. And if you weren't technically an athlete, like maybe you just casually ran races sometimes, but you have that athlete warrior mindset. And sometimes maybe you might push yourself too hard. Is like that's something that you do? I mean, because that's totally me. And then just acknowledging that warrior deep within us, and then also how the chill power factor is huge, especially in this phase of aging, knowing that the self-care really helps us to not only lose weight and to stay healthy and resilient and pain-free, and reduce our chances of injuries and illness and all of the things. Okay, it also gets us back in touch with our deep warrior spirit that lies deep, deep, deep within us. Okay, so that's what this is all about. All right, so here's the quote, and actually there's 3 quick ones that I'll just share that are on my Eat for Flexibility Flexible Warrior book. Okay, so the first one is, the food you eat can either be the safest and most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison. That's Ann Wigmore. And so that's really going to be part of what we're doing. We're going to be fueling ourselves. Again, it's not a diet. There's no diet soda, okay? That might be low in calories, but it's definitely not fueling for your mind, body, or any cell of your body, okay? So we're going to be fueling our bodies with foods that nourish us, not worrying about restriction and dieting, and no calorie counting, by the way, no calorie counting. So if the calorie counting is something that you used to do, I did it a while ago, a long time ago, I'm going to be encouraging you to just let that go and focus more on how can I nourish my body, okay? Second quote is, the doctor of the future will no longer treat the human frame with drugs, but rather will care and prevent disease with nutrition. Do you know who that quote is from? It's crazy when you think about it. It's Thomas Edison. So for him to have said that so long ago, and listen, I'm a huge fan of doctors, and they are so helpful, many of them. I believe that doctors or yoga teachers or lawyers or whatever, there's some ones that might be better suited for you than others. But just know that, doctors have their place, right? But we can also just be mindful of how we're nourishing ourselves and contemplate that. Like, how can I prevent disease? This anti-inflammatory superfood-based diet that we're going to be doing is preventing a lot of things that can become chronic diseases if we're not mindful of how we nourish ourselves. Okay, the third quote is this: we pay the doctor to make us better, when really we should be paying the farmer to keep us healthy. And that's Robin O'Brien. And as many of you know, I am a huge fan of eating local and supporting your local farmers. So one of the things that we'll be doing as we go through this reset is I'm going to be encouraging you to go to your farmer's market or to maybe a local CSA and eat with the seasons. So as we head into the fall season, it will be a lot of root vegetables, soups, and things that are nourishing on that very deep level. So I will encourage you lots and lots to go to your farmers markets and to eat with the seasons. Okay, so the fall is heading into this, like the days are getting shorter, they're darker, the leaves are falling, the nutrients from the trees are coming back down into the ground, and it's really a time for us to go inward and reflect, and a perfect time to reset intentions as well. Okay, I talked a little bit longer than I wanted to. Sorry about that, you guys. If you have any questions, you can comment below. Again, to sign up for this 21-day reset, you can go to flexiblewarrior.com, and it's on the Join the Challenge page, I believe. And then we start on the autumn equinox, which is a wonderful time to really get in tune and reset your intentions, and then launching on Self-Care Sunday. And then we go for 21 days straight, okay? You in? If you're in, I want to hear from you. I want to know what your intentions are. I'm super excited to have you in the challenge, and I just want to always acknowledge the light within me honors and acknowledges that same light that is within each of you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for being here. And as always, stay strong and flexible warriors. Okay, bye.